So I just posted about the new integration between Tesla and the Uber driver app. So you can actually now use the Tesla navigation with the Uber driver app. Pretty cool. I saw a question came in from a driver and he was asking me, if I go and get a Tesla, how much can I make driving for Uber in Las Vegas? And I thought this was a good question because obviously there is a ton of drivers out there using Teslas these days. I know some people love them, some people hate them, but you really can't deny the fact that these cars, Teslas now start at $30,000 for the Model 3, for the Model Y, just over 30K. It's a lot cheaper than like a Toyota Camry or other comparable, I wouldn't even say comparable models. I would much rather be in a Tesla than Toyota Camry, for example. But obviously, the first thing that I would tell this driver is typically, the averages we see for Uber drivers, 20 to 25 bucks an hour before expenses. And obviously the Tesla, the whole idea of going electric is you should save money on your expenses compared to gas. Now, the big thing that I will say is if you live in a state that has high gas prices, obviously the sort of earnings potential with Teslas are much higher than if you live in a state, with low prices. So I looked up California, looks like we're paying, average $4.60 a gallon, quite expensive. Las Vegas also looks pretty expensive, at about $4 a gallon. So I think on the expense side, it might make sense, especially if you have good access to charging. And with Tesla, obviously, if you can charge at home, it's great, level 2, and you can charge fast, or you can go to the superchargers, and the costs do add up there. But, having that access is really nice. So that would be the first thing that I would think about. And then the second thing, kind of specific to Vegas, like if you're a hustler in Vegas, boy, you can make a lot of money. There's an app I know of called the Kickback app, for example, that I've heard drivers using, where basically tells you all the strip clubs and restaurants and things like that, where if you bring a passenger, they'll give you a kickback, as the name implies. And there's just a lot of people, that are gambling and, have cash on hand, and so tip potential are high. So if you really know what you're doing and you're hustling in Vegas, I think you can, easily go above that average. And, I'm going to pull up right here the solo leaderboard for Las Vegas and see how much drivers are actually making, the top drivers in Vegas are making right now. So this is using the Solo app, which is one of my favorite apps. If you guys are interested in checking it out, you can use our affiliate link on below to sign up. You can see in Las Vegas for last week, the top driver was an Uber driver. He made $1,869 for the week. And you can also scroll over and look at most trips. I'm guessing it's the same person. 237 trips. So definitely working full time, probably 50, 60 hours a week. So this guy's working hard and hustling. But you can also see, look at this number 3 driver, Uber and Lyft, 182, a lot less trips. And actually, I'm guessing that's them right there in the number 2 position, $1,800. So kind of pays, make sure that you're doing both Uber and Lyft. So that's sort of what I say, like, you really know what you're doing in a lot of these markets. Like, hey, it's still, you're going to be, this is a lot of trips. This guy's working his ass off, but you know what you're doing. You can definitely make a little more money. Like, I'm looking at this number 2 person. I'd rather be that number 2 person doing less trips, less hours, making $1,800 versus $1,869. I think they probably definitely know what they're doing. And hey, look at this Doordash guy, number 3, with $1,700 in earnings. That person, I might need to interview them. They're killing it. So that's sort of what I would tell anyone who's thinking about driving for Uber in Las Vegas. And specifically, if you're looking at using a Tesla, definitely think it could be a good idea. They're offering $1,000 off if you can buy it, 2% financing if you've got the credit, or of course, you also have weekly rental options on Uber's vehicle marketplace on our website, the RideShare Guy. So check it out and let me know what you think. What do you think? How much can drivers driving for Uber in Las Vegas make? And what about if you got that Tesla?